It's supposed to be difficult. Look, guys, a lot of us think that life is supposed to be easy, right? That we are supposed to walk through life and, things are just going to happen for us. Right? We have these big goals, these ambitions, these aspirations of what our life is going to look like. And then something happens, right? We realize what's required to get what we want, right? I don't know a single person, right, unless they're depressed. Otherwise, I don't know a single person who, I've asked if they want to be successful and they've said no, right? Everyone wants to be successful, no matter how that looks for them in their life. It might not mean being ultra wealthy, right? It might just mean, making 6 figures a year and, having a great relationship and regular life, have 2 kids, live in the suburbs, whatever it may be. That's success for a lot of people. But if your definition of success is, I want all the greater things in life. I want to, fly on the jet. I want to, experience all the finer things. I want to have the best car, best apartment, best, I want the penthouse. I want all this stuff, right? You want the big things, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You want an island, all this shit, right? With the understanding that it's not going to make you happy, but regardless, you want it because you just do. You don't have to feel bad about that. But just understand that there is a reason why such a small percentage of people in this world ever get to that position, right? And it's because it's hard, right? In the beginning, you have all that ambition, that desire to achieve great things, right? You're embarking on a new journey. Maybe you're starting your business and you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't wait for all the things that are going to come to me soon, right? And then you realize how hard it is, right? And you suck. You just suck so bad in the beginning, right? Day after day, no results, right? You're cold calling. You're going door to door. You're doing whatever you have to do to go get customers, and it's not happening, right? It's not happening. And what you don't realize is you just have to keep doing that until it does happen, right? But most people quit in those early stages. I'm telling you right now, all it takes is one win, your first customer, to completely change your psychology, right? But most people never get to that point, right? That is the hardest thing to do, to get your first client in your business. And, people will achieve it earlier than others, and people will get angry. They're like, but he got his first client within a couple days, and I've been trying for weeks and I still don't have a client. Well, guess what? Maybe he got lucky, right? Maybe he just called the right person at the right time and it just worked out perfectly, right? That could definitely be the case. It was the case for me. I think I landed my first client within like 3 days of starting. 3 days of starting. No, not starting from what I thought was starting, which was building all the fancy stuff, creating the website, all this nonsense that doesn't drive any kind of revenue. It doesn't make any kind of substantial difference. Right? Once I started doing the income generating activities, within 3 days it happened. Right? And I'll acknowledge, you know what? I was lucky. I called the right person at the right time. Okay? But see, the problem with most of us is we don't put ourselves in enough situations whereby we can get lucky. You get what I'm saying? We don't place ourselves in enough positions where luck attracts us. Right? If you make 100 calls, you will probably get a client. And another person might make 100 calls and not get a client. And they could have both just started, had no previous experience in sales, right? And the one who didn't get the client is going to quit because he didn't get anything out of his labor, right? But little does he know that when he calls the next 100, he could get 2. And his peer who got 1 within that first 100 could get 0 in that next round. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it really is just persistence and doing the grunt work, right? And it's all fun and games in the beginning, but then it's who has the grit, who has the willingness to push past all the pain and the failure, who has that in them, right? That killer instinct to be able to handle that suck and to be willing to take all the risk, right? When you're working for someone, there isn't much risk involved other than you doing your job well, right? If you're hired for a job and you do it well, money's coming. You're on a fixed salary in most cases. But when you run a business, it's all up to you, baby. It's all up to you. Can you handle that? Can you handle that pressure? If you can't, go work a job. If you can't go out and get your first customer, stop trying. Stop trying. Because that means you are not willing to do what it takes, right? You are halfway in, halfway out. You make a call once a week and you think that's going to make a difference, right? You're like, I did a cold call today. Cold call? Like it as in one? Right? Like you have to do way more than you think you have to, right? Whatever number you have in your head right now as the amount of calls that you're supposed to do, you need to multiply that by probably 20, right? If you're like, I'm going to make 10 cold calls today, no, 200. If you want to make 20 cold calls today, no, 400, right? Do however many it takes to make something happen. And make sure you do it with a smile on your face because people can hear your voice across the line, right? And maybe on your 300th call, you're starting to get all up in your head saying, man, I'm not cut out for this. I'm going to quit. You know, I don't think this is for me. You know, this business model's dumb anyways, right? It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work. Like why would I even keep going here? And on that 300th call, you sound like shit. You have no excitement in your voice. Person on the other end of the line can tell, right? No one wants to work with someone who has that kind of attitude, right? You have to have a good attitude regardless of the results you've gotten that day, right? That's the hardest part, right? Because maybe on that 300th call, if you had a good attitude, you would have signed someone. You would have gotten a client, a customer. But no, you decided to complain. You decided that your life was so hard that you weren't going to show up on that call. And yeah, that's your fault. You have to take responsibility for that. But you have the ability to change. You have the ability to, you know, really step up and, you know, bounce back after all that failure. It's just whether or not you're going to do it. I know so many people who call themselves entrepreneurs. They call themselves entrepreneurs, right? They're like, oh my God, we're getting our ideal client profile down and doing all this shit and writing out the business plan for months and months and years. And they haven't even signed a client. They haven't gotten their first paying customer, right? What would happen if, say you're young, right? What would happen if all of a sudden you were cut off from any kind of help from family, from anyone, and you were in business for yourself, right? Would you be putting together a business plan? Would you be, writing your ideal client profile? Would you be putting together a business model canvas? No, I don't think so. I think you would be walking around, going door to door, calling people all day until you got a customer. That's what I think you do, because otherwise you'd be on the street. That's a fact. So you got to put that pressure on yourself, and you got to remember that this game is not for people who quit easily, for people who can't deal with frustration, who can't deal with sucking. Right? This game is for people who want to win and who will do whatever it takes. Right? Who have the grit to persevere, to fight through any kind of adversity. That's who this is for. So, look, the whole point of this video was just to inform you that, this could be all fun and games for you. It's all exciting in the beginning, but very quickly you realize, oh man, this shit's hard. This shit's hard. When you're really going out there and you're failing and you're calling people and telling them, hey, this is what I can do for you. And they're like, no, sorry. And you hear, no, sorry, no, sorry, no, sorry. And then someone picks up the phone and says, I'm going to report you if you call me again. And then someone says, I'm going to do whatever. They threaten you on the phone. They call you an idiot. They call you all these names on the phone. It happens over and over and over again. Some people just break. Some people crack under the pressure. But you can't if you want to succeed. So look, I want to thank you for watching today's video. I'm really grateful for you. Today was a good day. Got some good work done. And yeah, moving forward, getting better every single day in every single way. Remember that. Say that to yourself in the mirror every day, right? I'm getting better every single day in every single way. Thanks again for watching today's video. Click the links in my description to check me out on my other platforms. Yeah, I'm grateful for you. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.